Well, hello everybody! Today is a very special day, one day that we have, some of us have been eagerly anticipating. It is DC release day. Today's Wednesday the 29th, and I have got my starter pack here ready to be opened, and I thought I would share that with everybody, so let's get right to it. Got some pretty cool characters coming out in this set. A lot of villain stuff, right? We've been seeing some spoilers. A lot of villain stuff being exposed. Some things about sidekicks, maybe some not so much flying sidekicks anymore, but sidekick enablers. So that's pretty cool. We're gonna get some more pumps in. We have a couple new keywords in. I think it's like retribution or something. I think that we're gonna see some of that here. Yeah, we're gonna see what we can do to add to the meta, add to our decks, and to see how we can make ourselves more powerful. So first off, right off the bat, I can tell you that somebody has really gone through the playbook because it's actually very nice, full color. Does it have the little thing in the middle though? No. So actually, we're missing the playmat. Oh, there it is. The playmats here on the second on the side here, and that's still very useful for new players to use. But I would always suggest getting yourself some, a little playmat there. Another thing for the new players who might be tuning in, instead of going full blown into the 8-character thing, you might just want to go ahead and start off with some of the different suggestions they have about playing with just like 4 characters. They even tell you which ones to use and what kind of action dice to use, just to kind of get your feet wet a little bit and get a little understanding. After you start with 4, go up to 6 or 8 if you want. Go ahead and kick those things aside and get right on to it. So, alright. Oh, great. So our bags are still the same. I've heard there's been some rumors about these bags being new, that they're going to increase the quality of some of these things, but I also have heard, especially from Nationals, that some people really like these bags. You see some people who are absolutely loving those bags, including some of the more famous individuals coming from like Dyson Han, and I think that Jimmy, the announcer guy from Nationals, was talking about that as well. So let's get some first impressions. I'm just going to go ahead and kick this to the side there. Right off the bat, I will tell you that the dice are more shiny. They're printed very well. Wow. Wow, yeah, so this is really nice. These dice are great. In the past, one of the first things I always look at was the masks and the fists. Sometimes they had a lot of blurring. Sometimes they're really small. Looks like whatever's putting the position, whatever's making the impression there is not quite embedded in there. These are great. Ooh, that's got to be like a Wonder Woman. That's a really nice dice. Kind of looks like the Umber Hulk. The numbers are bigger. Look nice and clean. Wow, yeah, so right off the bat, my first impression on these dice is that they are a lot more consistent. They're a lot more square. They do have their curves and everything, and they still look very nice. These look way nicer than what we've been seeing. The numbers are big. They're kind of, hopefully you can see it there. The numbers are big. You can see them very well. They don't look like they're missing, some size at all. They look like they're the way that they're supposed to be. I do see a little bit of paint missing inside the middle of that shield though, but it's still really nice. Wow, the impressions that are being made, they're very nice and crisp. So, so far, I'm liking what I'm seeing. So let's take a look at some of the cards. Now, one thing I didn't know last time I opened up a starter set was that there was a bunch of releases about Dungeons & Dragons and the cards being a thicker card stock and all that. I had no idea. These are just the reminder cards. Blue, purple, green, and red. We've seen all those before, so there's the checklist in case you are interested in that. And okay, so the cards here are back to the old type of cards, back to the UXM type. They don't nearly have the same thickness, but yeah, so I do think we're getting, yes, we are still getting 3 of each of the characters, which is great. So I know that I think it was a Yu-Gi-Oh or something went away from that. So first of all, let's take a look at some of the action cards, the basic action cards that we all might be all interested in. Really, I kind of just get these and they're fine and all that, but I'm really chasing the action cards and getting an understanding of kind of what's new in the set. So, let's see here. Anger Issues. This is going to be the biggest one that people are looking at. Anger Issues basic action card. Target character gets +3 attack and Overcrush this turn. Globals, pay a fist. Target character gets +1 attack until end of turn. Awesome. So now we're taking away, we're using Overcrush more, kind of a trample effect. We're giving people pumps. So as long as you get your fist, you're going to go ahead and get another +1 attack to get them for more. Casualties. KO target sidekick for 2 only. That's global. Pay a fist or bolt. Gain 1 life whenever an opposing sidekick is KO'd this turn. Wow. First thing I think about when I look at this is what happens with something like Hulk and it's just like wiping everything out. You're just going to be gaining life all over the place. That's one thing I don't really see too much of in DiceMasters is life gain, and that's like a big deal in Magic in the past, right? Fist of Fury, 4 cost, deal 1 damage to target player. 1 burst and 2 burst, deal 2 and 3, and deal 3 damage instead of that player has a villain in play, so that's contingent on having a villain. Phantom Zone for 4. Take any character in the field and place it on this card. And move any dice you've placed into this card on a previous turn into its owner's prep area. If that effect is cancelled, or that die's owner takes damage, return that die to its owner's prep area. Okay, so it's just grabbing dies out of play and sticking them on into the kind of like a holding area. That's the name Phantom Zone, I guess, huh? Should probably get a better handle on my names here. Pick your battles. Each of your characters can only be blocked by opposing characters of the same energy type, and your sidekicks can only be blocked by sidekicks. Wow. So, that's pretty cool because it provides a lot of evasion, right? So, it can only be blocked by opposing characters of the same energy type. So, masks can only be blocked by masks, shields can be blocked by shields, and my favorite, bolts can be blocked by bolts. Generally, it turns out to be the case that you're not always playing the same energy type, unless, of course, it's like a mask and it's a utility thing. Really, shields are kind of big, heavy defense, but if you throw them in there with like an Ant-Man or something, so really you're attacking with your fists and your bolts, and I can see this being of some utility, but for a 4 cost, takes it out of the range of the Red Dragon. Maybe you can lower that cost by using some of those cool things from Yu-Gi-Oh! And D&D. Righteous Charge. Your attacking characters take a maximum of 2 damage from each blocker. Your attacking characters take a maximum of 2 damage from each blocker. Okay, so just slows down the damage instead of take the mag. Okay, not that big of a deal. Save Civilians. I can tell you right now, I don't like this picture. It does not look nice at all. It's kind of like she looks really. Look at, there's a good difference between the two. So different artists, right? Different perspectives, I guess you can say. She just, yeah, her shoes looks way out of proportion there. Whenever you field a sidekick this turn, reduce the fielding cost of another die by 1. Draw a die from your bag and put it in your prep area. Great card. Wow. That'd be fun to use whenever you field a sidekick this turn. So you field a sidekick, reduce the fielding cost of another die, you field by 1. Draw a die from your bag and put it in your prep area. So that's pretty cool. It's got a lot of payoff for only a 3 cost. That's really neat to use. Something to be a little tricky with. Shockwave, 5 cost. KO all level 1 characters. Also deal 3 damage to an opposing player for 1 and 2 bursts. Wow. Wow, if you get the burst, that's massive. This is great. Global, pay 1. Generic, anything you want. Target level 1 character is unaffected by action die this turn. Really a big deal? I don't think so. There's action dice floating around, especially in D&D, but maybe some magic missile stuff. But it's got contingencies, and I'm not a big fan of that. For 5, the bursts are pretty much the only thing good in that. I'm not sure about this card. Villainous Pact, 4 cost. Your opponent chooses your opponent chooses 1 non-villain character. All other non-villain characters cannot block this turn. Okay, so that's fine. Global, pay a mask once per turn during your turn. If you have no dice in your prep area, and you may draw a die and place in your prep area. Alright, well I guess you could do that kind of early if you have no dice in your prep area. Well, I don't know, maybe something to play with, but I don't see the advantage of that right off the bat. And number 3, vulnerability. Choose an opposing character. If you damage that character this turn, KO it. Draw a die from your bag and place it in your prep area. Sounds very similar to the magic sword you saw. So of all these, I do agree, Anger Issues is the standout, but we'll see on playtesting. This has got so much going for it. 4 cost, target character is 3 attack and trample, so that's huge, right? For those really expensive or high attack value characters, that's giant. I mean, you could swing in for, you know, if you do like Wolverine or something. I think the Wolverine by itself is a, what is it, a 6 plus 3 or something like that? Plus another 3? It's ridiculous. This would be massive, right? Pay a fist, and then you can pump it up some more. That's awesome. So let's go into some of the characters now that we're seeing. We have Batman, 5 cost, Justice League character and mask. When fielded, you may purchase a basic action die for 1. Awesome. Basic action die for 1. That's not bad. This may not reduce the dice cost below 1, but let's see what he's got. 5. He's got 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6. Not terrible stats for a 5, but it's Justice League, so that's cool. So maybe we're going to see some affiliation stuff later on. 4 cost version. Batman must attack if any villains are active. Not good. 4 mask. It's nice, cheap. It's right in that turn 3 zone. So again, he's got that 6/6. But being forced to attack gives your opponent what's called predictability, right? So your opponent knows exactly what's going to happen, so they can work that against you. Field a villain, your Batman's going to attack. I can kill it or remove it in some way. A lot of times you pay for that, don't you? If you use some of those cards, you say must attack this turn, pay a shield. So why would you want to give that opportunity to your opponents? 5 cost. While Batman is active, whenever you field a different Justice League character, gain 1 life. Okay, so here we go with life gain again. Retaliation. If an affiliated character is KO, deal 1 damage to an opposing player. So here's some affiliation stuff. We're looking for Justice League guys. If an affiliated character is KO'd, deal 1 damage to an opposing player. So yeah, I guess we're looking for more Justice League guys. If he's KO'd, you're going to give 1 damage. But here's when you feel a different Justice League character, gain 1 life. So we're going to take a look to see how many more Justice League characters there are. I just don't know. I've been completely out of the loop in the spoilers. Just a couple things have come out, right? Darkseid, God of weird, Apocalypse. 4 cost villain character. I think it's a villain symbol there. Darkseid gets +4 attack, +4 defense when blocking or blocked by characters with the Justice League affiliation. There's a typo there. Affiliation until end of turn. Not good. I don't like that. I don't like it when there's that kind of contingency there. Darkseid in search of anti-life. When Darkseid attacks, he deals damage equal to his level to target character or player. So this is a pumped up, maybe Serena or something, but keep in mind that big deal, right? 1, 2, or 3 levels. So when he attacks, he's going to deal that 1 or 2 or 3 damage, but it's a 5 cost. Alright, not terrible, but not so great either. Might be something to think about, to play around, but who knows. If Darkseid is, maybe it's a Darkseid, I don't know, S-E-I-D. Seed. If Darkseid is KO'd, he deals damage equal to his attack to up to 2 characters. For each character he KOs with, deal 1 damage to the character's controller. Now, that's a card. That's the reason why you're playing this card. KO this guy. If he gets KO'd, he deals damage up to 4, 5, or 6 to 2 target characters. And for each character KO'd, deal 1 damage again, additional to his character's controller. Good card. And here's the thing too with this one. Just think about this. What happens if you were to Psylocke him? It doesn't say by your opponent, right? Yeah, I don't see anything about that. So what happens if you KO him yourself? What? Something to think about. Pretty good removal, but he's expensive, right? 6 fist. Deathstroke. Wow, cool. Chainmail kind of thing. Slade Wilson, 4 fist, villain character. Regenerate. Reroll when knocked out. Wow. Regenerate's pretty cool. Reroll when knocked out. We've seen this before, right? I think this was in Dungeons and Dragons, like Zombie or something like that. Not bad. If Deathstroke is KO'd, draw a die. If it is a villain, add it to your library and return Deathstroke to the field at the same level. Otherwise, return the... Okay, that's cool. Terminator, that's not terrible. 5 and a fist, Deathstroke villain for hire. Villain. If Deathstroke is KO'd during attacking or blocking, return him to the field zone at level 1. Oh, that's only on the burst. So 2 out of the 3 are burst. Not terrible, but a 5 fist villain character, he's a little bit under the average, but he does have 2 bursts, so that's not terrible either. So I don't know. Green Arrow, Oliver Queen, 4 bolts. I'm not sure what that is. JSA? I'm not 100% sure what that is. Maybe I've got a bunch of people on the channel going to laugh at me for that, but I don't know. JSA. Oliver Queen. When fielded, Green Arrow deals 2 damage to each of up to 2 target characters. Not bad. 4 bolt. That's nice. Deals 2 damage up to each of up to 2 target characters. Good. So it's got some nice removal. He's a nice beefy guy. 1/1/2. Highest level. He's a 5/3. So he's definitely looking to do some damage. 4 bolt. When fielded, spin an opposing character down 1 level. Nah, I don't know. Doesn't sound very good to me, but who knows. Green Arrow, the Emerald Archer. When Green Arrow attacks, deal 1 damage to your opponent for each opposing character with the villain affiliation of play. Wow, so this is a cheater card. So if somebody is playing villains and you know it, you play this card on them, and they're going to take their attacks. And you're going to take some hits because they're playing the villain stuff, so head them for it. Oh, cool. What's this? Martian Manhunter. Johns. 4 bolt Justice League. Martian Manhunter gets +2 attack when blocked until end of turn. Okay. So you have to block him and he gets a 9. He's 9/4, but big deal. He's just going to knock somebody out. Okay, well, that's fine. Martian Manhunter gets +3 attack, +3 defense until end of turn when engaged with a shield character. Again, you're going to get knocked out. You're going to knock somebody out. I don't know. 5 bolt Justice League. When Martian Manhunter attacks, deal 1 damage to target character. If that character is KO'd, another opposing character must block Martian Manhunter this turn of Fable. Not terrible. You're going to go and hit a sidekick or one of those low cost swarm die or morphing jaw or something low cost, and you're going to pump him a little bit. So then you're going to force another person to attack so you can KO again. Just be careful, guys. Be careful when you're KOing your opponent's characters, because they're just going to be able to re-roll it next time, right? So they don't have that they're not certain that they're going to have it, but you are given an opportunity to roll it again. So they might just be using energy. They might get that energy to field something bigger. You guys all know how to play, right? Superman Man of Steel. 7 Shield Justice League. When fielded, you may pay 2 to purchase a different character with the Justice League affiliation and put the die directly into your bag. When fielded, you may pay 2 to purchase a different character with the Justice League affiliation and put the die. Okay. Nice. Actually, not terrible, but 7 is pretty rough. He's a 3/8/8. I think Superman, if I remember right, Superman is also a organized play event card this month. So you might want to be on the lookout for what he's able to, if you're going to win. First and second place, maybe you get that card, and so you can do something with it. I don't know what it is yet. 6 Shield Justice League. Superman, Last Son of Krypton. Superman cannot be damaged during the attack step. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool, I guess. Cannot be damaged, so no one's going to ping him with Magic Missile. I guess he's going to knock out whatever's blocking him. That's not terrible. 6 Shield Justice League Retaliation. If an affiliated character is KO, deal 1 damage to an opposing player. Alright, so you're going to force him to attack because this level 3 is pretty high. It's a 8/8. So he's 1/2/3 fielding, 8/8. Affiliated is KO, deal 1 damage to an opposing player. So every time they block, if it knocks it out, which is chances are pretty high at 8/8, you're going to deal 1 damage, so that's not terrible either. Oh! This is we saw this in one of my older videos. I had showed some rumors, some cards that had been released. This was one of them, but that is a horrible looking Wonder Woman. I do not like that artwork at all. That okay. Her face does not look right at all. Anyways, Daughter of Zeus, 4 in a Shield Justice League. While Wonder Woman is active, your opponent's effects on their villains that activate when fielded deal no damage to you. Okay, so we need to make sure we understand what villains are doing in this set. Warrior Princess, 4 Shield. While Wonder Woman is active, once per turn you may choose an opposing villain and force it to block a target attacking character. Okay, not terrible. This is going to really force those attacks. Not a bad attribute, but one thing I'm really looking at with Wonder Woman is the 4 fielding, right? Even though it's all 3, is 4 fielding, and its highest level is a 4/4. Not a fan. While Wonder Woman is active, other Characters with a Justice League affiliation cost 1 less to field. Good deal. What? I don't know if this is a mistake or what. You know, again, I'm showing my ignorance when it comes to these cartoon or these heroes and whatnot. Zatanna, 3 in a mask, Justice League. Once again, guys, just to preface this, I like the game DiceMasters. I'm not hugely into comics. I've had them here and there, but I don't know who these guys are. One of them, of course, I do, but I don't know what she does. But I don't know why her name is backwards. It looks like Zatanna Zatara. When fielded, draw a die from your prep area and add to your... That's nice. When fielded, draw a die from your bag and add it to your prep area. That means you're going to be able to have it for next term. 3 in a mask, which is awesome because masks are high utility players. 1-1-2-2-3-3. Very low fielding and nice stats. When Zatanna is KO'd, draw a die from your bag and add it to your prep area. So when she's KO'd or when she's fielded, depends on what you want to do. And then when Zatanna blocks, draw a die from your bag. If it is a psychic, put it in your prep area. And Zatanna takes no damage this turn. Otherwise, return the die to your bag. Okay, that's not too terrible. I don't mind these kind of gambling cards, but just know that when you gamble, you know, you're not just gambling with the dice turning up the way that you expect, but you also are gambling with the fact that you're going to actually be able to activate this ability you want. So just know that the odds and the probability of you, number one, rolling that character face is, you know, I don't know, 50%. And then you are now in the field. You're gonna attack. Hopefully you get blocked if you're looking to do this. You're gonna draw a die. Depending on the quantity of dice you have, maybe you get a psychic and then you activate it. If not, you're just gonna throw the thing back in the bag and move on with your life. So, not an incredibly great card. I probably would not be using that, but who knows? Who knows? So overall, the dice look beautiful. I'm really impressed with that, and the numbers are much bigger. The impressions are bigger. I like the dice a lot. I like what they're doing here. I appreciate the fact that they've... these kind of look the same. But I like the fact that they're actually working to try to improve the quality, which is awesome. I should actually break out some other dice so you can see some of the different things I'm talking about. But sometimes they're really like not curved very well, or they're small because they didn't get enough plastic in the injection, and sometimes the impressions are very low. This impression must be a solid, I don't know, 1/16 of an inch deep. I mean, these things are pretty deep. You can definitely feel the divot in the die. But anyways, guys, basic action. This is the DC starter box, and you can use a checklist if you like. Take care. Hope it helps. Going to be opening packs. Thanks. Bye.